Hello everyone, I'm Jugerite. Welcome back to our Minecraft Bedrock Survival Let's Play series. We've got a lot of stuff to do and such little time to do it. Thank you all for tuning in. Today we are going to be following a tutorial to build a mud farm that was designed by Phrebh, one of our fellow Forever Bedrock members, and I don't see how anyone could possibly ever top this. Now he does have a video, the link is in the description, where you can make a variety of different styles depending upon your needs. And though we are going after terracotta in this particular instance, we need a mud farm that isn't going to turn everything into clay. So we're going to be following the very simplest part of it, and we're just going to get some mud blocks and then we'll be all set. Sugar box full of mud. We'll get the terracotta we need from that afterwards or whatever. But anytime we need mud, we'll be able to just use this farm, and we'll be able to get mud bricks and stuff as well. And we may end up following the more advanced tutorial later on in order to get all the good stuff for the terracotta and things like that right there. So I'm gonna take you guys up top. I'll meet you up top, and I'll show you where we plan on doing this thing. Alright, so if we come through here, if I can push the button, okay, I'm struggling a little bit. I set up the base for the farm, just like he showed in his video. This is not going to be a step-by-step tutorial, by the way. Like I said, there's a link down in the description. Go check out his tutorial. There's no way anybody can compete with what he's got going on there. And besides that, you get the options for the bigger, better farms. This is just the simplest one to meet the general needs that I have here for now. We'll probably do, I think there's like 3 different stages to this farm, and we'll probably have all 3 of them set up throughout as we progress in this world and things like that. But you do need quite a few things here for the tutorial, and I've got all those resources here that I had gathered up between episodes. And now I'm going to go ahead and get this thing built up, and it's not just going to stay here like this, and it's, we're going to enclose it in a building and everything. I'm going to try and go with like an industrial type theme, but at the same time not stretch too far away from what we have going on in this area, because that's important that we stay within the boundaries of this area, but at the same time kind of like a medievalish style maybe type of factory. We'll see what I can come up with in the for that. But like I said, I got the layout here. The reason I'm showing you this is you do not have to use the stone bricks, the smooth stone. I had plenty of smooth stone, and I like the idea of the smooth stone floor being in like an industrial type setting and things like that. And honestly, you're not going to see a whole lot of this here by the time you get the redstone and the machine in and everything anyways. But that just happened to fit my needs. And I did do the same layout with the wools here as he did. Again, I recommend, even though you could technically use something else, I recommend that you do that just to make it easier to follow along in the tutorial. But again, that's completely optional. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get this thing built up. I didn't bring any dirt with me, but we've got a lot of terraforming to do around here, just to get this area set up for build anyways. So let me get this thing built, and before we may go ahead and push it to full capacity and build around that, just to make sure. I think that'd be a good idea. But I wanted to also let you guys know that between episodes, and I almost had forgotten, I got a mangrove propagule from a wandering trader, and I planted one over there. I've already cut down one tree, but while I'm working on this project here with you guys, I'm going to be cutting down all the mangrove trees that I can, and that's going to get us some mangrove wood to do what we need to do with. And I would like to incorporate some of that mangrove wood into this build just because we have it. It's an option that I didn't have before because we didn't find any on our exploration, but we got so lucky with the wandering trader that I was able to incorporate it in like I wanted to anyways. So let me get this all built up and probably go ahead and get this farm. I'll come back, probably show you guys a little bit on how the farm works before, I fill it up or whatever. And then, like I say, we're going to enclose this thing, and then we're going to connect it up to a path here so that this is complete. We want everything to be complete with this project, interior, exterior, everything, at the end of this episode. So we've got a lot of work to do, and I'm going to get started. So the way this farm works, you place a block, it turns it to mud, it pushes it on along the line until it gets to the end there, and then when it gets to the end, those pistons will push it out. Let's see. It actually worked on that setting. Let's move it back over one and see. But so basically, the reason we're doing the cheap and easy version and not the best ever mud farm, just to be perfectly clear, this is going to be converted into the best ever mud farm, but there's a resource that we don't have that we need for this, and that resource, yeah, see, that worked out great that time on 3 ticks. And the resource that we don't have are the honey blocks. Now we do have bees, and we have plenty of honeycomb and all that good stuff. So what we need to do is we need to go to spawn, take out the shears from the beehives, put some bottles in there, and get some honey so that we can get the honey blocks we need, and then we'll convert this thing over. But I just wanted you guys to see how easy it is to use this farm. So if you need a mud farm design in your world, this is definitely, that was probably user error there. This is probably the best way to go. I don't see how any other mud farm out there could possibly begin to top it. I'm going to go ahead and get this all filled in, and just so that we have it to go. And I want you guys to kind of sit back and relax. I got to gather a few more materials, and we're going to kind of build this thing up together. But right now I probably need to sleep before mobs start coming in on me. Last thing we want is a creeper to blow up all of our hard work, right? So we're gonna build this thing, design this the layout for this thing together, and we're gonna make sure it's tall enough that when we convert this over, once we get the honey blocks and everything, because it'll actually end up being exactly a shulker box worth of mud once we get it converted over to the Ooh. Oh. Yeah, that's on. I think I somehow broke it. I did somehow break it. Let me fix this, and anyways, once I get the materials, I'm growing a bunch of spruce trees. Still working on the mangrove trees, by the way. And once I get that all situated, we'll come back and we'll build this thing up together. I have gathered us up some resources so we can at least get started with this project. And we'll kind of take it a step at a time. Obviously I don't have everything here, but this is gonna get us going. So what we need is we need to basically build around this thing, right? And we know that this comes out this far. This is its max limit, which gives us a nice little walkway through here. And then of course, you know, the redstone forces it out this way and back over this way. We got a walkway to get around everything. And here in the front, the redstone comes all the way to the edge as well. So it's actually perfect diameter, with the exception of, I don't believe I did this the right size for the bestest mud farm. I think I just did it for what we have going here now. So we may have to extend this a little bit later on at another time. But for now, we can you know, kind of deal with that when the time comes. But for now, I think it's, whoops, not what I meant to do. I think for now it's going to be alright that we can just kind of run around and do our little layout here. And let's not misplace a bunch of blocks that we don't need. The thing is the door. Where do we want the door, right? Well, we kind of want the door centered. So, you know, that's the thing. But again, with this not being an accurate size, centered might not necessarily be centered. I mean, it's not going to be centered once we extend down. So I think we're going to come this way, probably about just over halfway, and that'll give the door a pretty center location at a later point. Or we could just, you know, just make the doorway right here. I mean, this is where we come in to use the farm. If we were coming in to, you know, clean it up or whatever, we would come in the same way. So I think actually, yeah, let's put our doorway right here. I mean, this is where we're going to stand to use it. You come right into the machine. That seems like a good deal to me. It's definitely off center, but you know, factories don't always have those center deals, so that's going to be perfectly fine. And then of course we'll just run this around. The only thing that's really going to change when we make this proper size is going to be this wall is going to move down. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it would be this wall is going to move down and a little bit, or the back wall or whatever, and we just adjust the roof to, you know, to fit with whatever that is at the time. But for now, I think just something, a simple little base like this right here is gonna get us what we need. A part of me wanted to use stone bricks. I thought stone bricks for the walls would look really good, and I did the the mossy bricks in here because it's water and everything, and you know, so it's like getting weathered from just the, you know, the water and stuff that's inside. But for now, I think the best way to do this is going to be with regular stone, because we already have the stone brick walls over there, and you know, we don't want to take away from that. So the trick is going to be to use regular stone and the spruce and some mangrove wood. We're going to end up with some iron bars and things like that, and it's going to go 20 tall. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build this up, and then I'm going to come back and we'll start adding in some of the details and things like that once I get the walls all the way up. And you know, that'll, yeah, I think that'll be a good place to come back to. I could do a time lapse, but at this particular moment I don't think it's going to be a very interesting time lapse, just raising these walls up and this giant cube. So I'm just going to do it off camera, and then we'll get back into the rest of the build. So we're going to put slabs here, and for the ceiling I'm just doing blocks here, I'm one in from the wall, and that's why there's going to be slabs there. And once I get this all filled in, ooh, here we go. Let's take a peek. We're going to take glow lichen and we're going to spread it on this top part of the roof, right? Um, I think that it's going to be a good way to it's not what I was going for, but it's going to be a good way to get this I don't know, kind of like a solid roof, but at the same time be spawn proof and from the sky look somewhat industrial. I mean, we'll have a lot more details than this going to it, but that's going to be pretty much the foundation that gets it going, right? So that's what I'm going to work on now, and then we'll come back and take a look and see what we got to take care of next. We need more bone meal to finish the roof, so I'll have to go back to the base over there and get some of that. And I went ahead and wrapped the wood there. I had thought about stripping this, but I really think leaving it unstripped is going to be the way to go. And when we come inside, this is actually going to be a two-door way here, and let's go ahead and take that out. I'll get another smooth stone slab to put there, but we're gonna kind of just bring our regular stone out here, right? And we'll have our metal doors here. Um, Probably just a button either side here, but on the inside we'll have some stone pressure plates. I'll have to make one more. And anyways, we'll have the stone pressure plates so we don't have to worry about opening and closing the door behind us going out that way. But I think these little cutouts here help bring in some light, but not make it look anything too fancy, while yet still giving it some kind of design. Um, with only one level of this thing done, though, it does kind of look like almost like a jack-o'-lantern to me, seeing it in this light. But I thought it would be kind of cool to just do some still the iron bars here, and I thought that would be a good way to, if it doesn't give it too much of a prison type feel, I thought that would be a good way to just kind of leave it open without the glass, because remember, this is supposed to be like an industrial build, and you're going to steer away from glass as much as possible, just because, especially like in the older days, because replacing that stuff just can be a pain in a setting like this right here where there's a lot going on and it could possibly get broke, right? But the iron bars would definitely hold up against whatever's going on inside this factory. So I'm gonna put these in. We're actually going to do this on the other side over there as well, and the front's gonna stay solid. I've got something different we're gonna do with the back. So let me get this in and get the back here done, and I'll get that bone meal and take care of the roof, and then we'll come back and kind of begin to wrap this thing up. Herein lies the problem. We ran out of what bones and bone meal and glow lichen we have up here, but this gives you pretty much a general idea of what this will look like, and I think that'll look pretty sufficient. The sulk veins would probably look better for what we're trying to do here, but this will do. for now. And we just kind of capped it off with these fencing to give it that completed look there. And guys, I could not unsee the jack-o'-lantern faces, no matter how hard I tried. So we basically ended up with this all the way around. Um, it's more symmetrical than I would have liked, but it does the job, right? So I think this gives it a good little industrial feel. And I really want to add a little bit more details to this, but I don't want to risk it being too detailed compared to, you know, what we're going for in this particular area. It's, we can get by with a little bit more than we could probably at our starter base, but at the same time, it is an industrial deal, right? So I think for the most part, other than the iron doors and the proper lighting and the inside that's got to be completed in here, um, I think for the most part this is pretty much done. I'd say before we can actually do what we need to do in here, which is basically going to be like a staircase with balconies and things like that right there, so that we can go up the staircase, and when we have this completed and it's way up there, we can kind of access it from the top up there, right? um, so I think we're just gonna call this done for today. Done for today. It's functional. We can get the mud we need for our terracotta, and we're gonna get that under some dripstone and get ready to finish up our we can take some of this mud here and get it under some dripstone and get ready to finish up our nether tunnel to the desert with the theme that we had going, of the desert temple type vibe, and that's gonna be pretty much all we can do with this. But we're gonna definitely get over to the starter base. After that, I gotta be real careful not to break anything here. It'll take me forever to figure out how to fix it. um, so once we get back over to the starter base, we can get set up for the honeycomb and everything, and we'll be able to come back in the near future and make this the best ever mud farm from Phrebhs video. And while I'm over in the starter area, the honey can be producing while I'm using the glow liking farm and gathering up more bones and stuff to bring over here, as well as maybe getting some of them villagers back in place that we're missing. Might even start working on repopulating the sheep farm, since the entity glitch and stuff like that should be taken care of with Bedrock Edition. We never really know. But I'm going to leave that scaffolding there so that I don't forget about the roof. And we got to get that door in. So I'm going to get some clay set up. I'm going to get what I need. I'm going to meet you guys in the nether at our desert tunnel so that we can get that taken care of and out of the way. Alright, so I got hopefully enough materials. If not, I'll have to gather some more. But this is definitely going to be done today. We're going to get our orange terracotta all the way across the bottom of our tunnel to our resource desert, and we're going to get the blue all the way across the top. And I think that this is a fairly good design. I don't think you guys really gave me much in the way of feedback on it in general. So I'm thinking that maybe hopefully everybody enjoyed it, the design that I came up with for this. At least there were no complaints, and I like it. So I mean, this is what we're going with, and hopefully this is enough. We're gonna find out real soon. But I'm gonna get this all done, and then we'll run through it, take a look, and see what's next on the agenda. So we have our portal room done. It's nothing super fancy, but it's just to our resource desert, and the tunnel's complete. Again, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about it. I'd really love to hear your opinions. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, and you can help make that happen. Also, if you're not already, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss out on future episodes, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next video.